questions in a meeting, which is always a good thing. And let's do rapid fire because I've got to go see our great armed forces up there next.
What were the questions about?
Details in our system, where a lot of times as a coach, you'll go up there and you outline it on the board, you show the video, you go through it. Any questions? A lot of times none. And today there was 3 or 4 questions that got fairly detailed, which is always great for me.
Corey Potter, did you say caught up in the numbers game, or is it just a situation where you're trying to get some young players?
Well, he hasn't played in a long time. That's the first thing. So it'll give him an opportunity to either play somewhere else or go play in Oklahoma City to get going.
Dallas, is this a tough time of the year to keep the guys focused? Well, this week to keep the guys focused with all the chatter and Wednesday's deadline and everything like that. I mean, do you find that?
I think they're just used to it now. It's amazing how much bull crap's floated out there with the rumors. I think people actually sit at home and make up one and see where it goes. And it's too bad because the players read it, and I think it does affect them. Maybe not so much with our team this year, but with other teams in the league. But listen, it's the world we live in. It's certainly not right, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I talked to our team today. I thought that today's kind of the first day that I felt, and I could be wrong, but I let them know that I felt like we were distracted today. And so I addressed it. But then again, what I feel is sometimes wrong. I'm not right all the time. But I think it's hard to not be at least a little distracted by all the white noise.
Dallas, is it too easy to say that sometimes your team just flat out needs to work harder, like that game against Calgary? You probably have more skill on the ice than them, but the work ethic maybe wasn't matched.
Work smarter, I think, is probably the better of it. But we do some incredibly hard-working things sometimes, and then a lot of times I find we almost overwork it, where we could have done less and it would have equaled much more. And that's been part of the challenge with the group. It's the when you watch the really good teams in the league, they're almost robotic with the way they play, and I think we've made progression there. But sometimes it is a work harder, but a lot of times I find it's a work smarter and think the game a little bit better.
Dallas didn't see any sign of Luke. Is anything up?
Yeah, something was up with whatever he ate last night. So we don't think it's the flu. I think he's got food poisoning, and we'll see how he is. He's one of those guys that was very worried that if he didn't skate this morning, would he be able to play tonight? And we just told him, listen, get the fluids in you, come to the rink. We'll see how you are. If you're ready to go, then he'll play.
Any other changes aside from that tweet this morning? Anything else has changed?
No, we don't have. Yeah, Yak's back, and then we'll have to wait and see how Luke is. We don't have many guys right now.
You only have 6 defensemen. Obviously, something's going to happen. You're not going to carry 6 defensemen the rest of the season. You're calling somebody up.
You should call Craig and ask him. I don't call guys up. We have discussions about it. Right now, it's more of a let's get through the deadline and see where we sit. So I've been concentrating more on here. I know those guys have been to Oklahoma City a couple times to watch the guys play. I haven't seen Oklahoma City play at all. And so when it comes to call-ups, a lot of times I just defer to Todd Nelson and to Mac and those guys.
You haven't called anyone up to your knowledge?
Not since I walked in here.
On the meeting, at this stage of the season, if there's that many questions, is that necessarily a good thing, or is that suggest a message?
Yeah, because we've implemented a new neutral zone system over the break, and you can't just go out and play a couple games with it and be totally comfortable. And there was numerous questions today, and very detailed. Sometimes things that would hardly ever happen in a game, but yeah, the questions were coming hard and furious, and it was I love it. Nothing better than questions, because it gets cleared up quickly.
Dallas, this is possibly Alish Hapke's last game. What has he been to deal with you this year? What kind of player has he been for you this year?
He's been, you know what, I wish Hemmer would have, I think he's got so much more offense to give. I think he's one of those guys that could just literally go on a roll and really light it up. I know he's struggled a little bit offensively. I think it's part of a lot of, no disrespect to our checkers on the third line. He's ended up there. He hasn't looked sideways at me once. He's jumped in with 2 feet in that role. You know, coming out of the break, we've tried to give him some guys to play with a similar skill set. But he has been excellent to deal with coming in. I wasn't sure who he was, but he's a good human being. I've had absolutely no problems with him at all. He's been just a real good teammate in there.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, guys. Sorry.